Hello, friends. Okay, so today we are going to talk about main idea and key details again. And today's assignment is really where you guys are going to show your learning. So remember, a main idea is what the story or piece that you're reading is all about. So what is it all about? Not specific things, what is it all about? So remember when we read At the Pond last week, it was all about animals that lived in the pond. Okay, so today we are reading a story or a nonfiction piece called Animals in the Desert. Okay, so remember you have your main idea and then your key details. And your key details are what fall underneath that main idea. So those are key facts that you pull from a nonfiction piece. So for example, we had At the Pond. The main idea was it was all about animals who lived in the pond. Then some of our key details were that frogs lived in the pond and they liked to sit on lily pads. Okay, and then you guys had to go in and do the other two key details. Today, you're going to fill out that entire graphic organizer on your own to show us your learning. So I am just here to read the story to you guys today, and then you guys will head on over to Seesaw and fill out that graphic organizer just like we did last week. So let's head on over to our nonfiction piece, Animals in the Desert. Okay, friends, so here is the picture for the first part of our nonfiction piece. And remember, this is called Animals in the Desert. Okay, so we have animals in the desert. It's quiet and tranquil in the desert. The ground is covered in sand. It is very hot. Instead of trees, cacti and grasses grow. A large tortoise crawls slowly by, but most animals are not in sight. This may be because they are hiding under the ground or in the shade. It's too hot to spend time in the sun during the day. A desert is a habitat for many animals. When nighttime falls, many mammals, birds, and insects begin to roam around the desert after sleeping all day. It is cold at night. The snakes and lizards move underneath hot rocks to stay warm. Some of the desert animals, like the tortoise, live alone. Others live and help each other in a community. Okay, friends. So I want you to think a second. What animal do you think this is? So friends, if I'm using my background knowledge, I think this is one of two animals. I think it's either a coyote or a wolf. Okay, so we're going to read to find out. One of the animals that lives in a desert is the coyote. Coyotes look like small collie dogs with pointed ears and bushy tails. They eat many desert animals, mice, rats, insects, snakes, birds, and eggs, and other things. They hunt day and night. A small number of coyotes live alone, but most coyotes live and travel together in pairs or in small family groups called packs. Being part of a pack helps the coyotes. A pack can find more kinds of food than a coyote hunting alone. And while it's usually a mother coyote that watches over her young pups, sometimes another female from the pack will help. Coyotes in a pack talk to each other by howling. They tell the rest of the pack where they are. They also warn coyotes from other packs far away. Coyotes in a pack will not tolerate strange coyotes on their land. So even though coyotes live in a pack, they don't want strange coyotes they don't know coming into their territory or their habitat, which kind of makes sense. Okay, friends, so then we have this picture, and I want to say these are meerkats or moles. Ms. Greyhouse might be wrong, but let's find out. I am wrong. The prairie dog is not a dog at all. It is a kind of rodent, and it is about the size of a rabbit. It gets its name from the sound it makes which are like a dog's barks. These furry animals live in the western part of the United States, including several deserts. Prairie dogs live in families and burrows underground. They dig the burrows themselves. Very large burrows are called prairie dog towns. The community of prairie dogs works together in many ways. They share food, they chase away other prairie dogs, they groom each other, they even kiss each other when they meet. Like coyotes, prairie dogs talk to each other. They make their sharp barking sound over and over to warn the family of danger. Some desert prairie dogs hibernate in the winter. Even in the desert, winters can be cold. The prairie dogs settle into their burrows and sleep there until the weather warms up again. Then their towns are busy again. Okay, so we learned a little bit about prairie dog. Uh-oh, friends, we know these animals. These look like some owls. Let's read about owls. You might not expect to find a barn owl in the desert. Barn owls that live near people will often make their nest in old buildings. But these owls do live in deserts. A barn owl in a desert can make its nest in a high, rocky cliff. A pair of barn owls will usually stay together all their lives. They work together to bring up their babies while the mother owl is sitting on her eggs. The male feeds her. After the mother owl hatches her eggs, the mother and father owl both hunt for food. Little owlets are always hungry. They depend on their parents for food. The parents catch small animals such as mice and rats to feed the owlets. Before the owlets leave the nest, the owl parents teach them how to hunt for their own food. Okay, guys, so that is it for animals in the desert. Remember, you can rewind in the video to listen to me read it again. Remember, when you go to Seesaw, you're going to fill out that graphic organizer. And at the top, it's going to have main topic. So what was our story or nonfiction piece all about? So it told us all about what? Okay? And think back to the title of the nonfiction piece because that can normally help you out. So then you have key details, the 3 key details that you're going to have to write. So it told us all about blank. And then specifically it told us about this, this, and this. Okay? So you guys can go ahead and head on over to Seesaw and you will go ahead and fill in that graphic organizer. Bye, friends.